What makes the Nutcracker the perfect Christmas ballet?
Gosh, well, I think it's tradition, and the British public love tradition. Well, everyone loves tradition, but that's something which we hold close to our hearts, I think, and it's something that is memorable to what we know as from growing up. So it's something that we always go back to. As kind of that warm, cozy feeling of the Yuletide. Yeah.
Now, I should say, in the interests of balance, of course, that other productions of Nutcracker are available.
Oh, yes.
But it's generally reckoned that Peter Wright's production for Birmingham Royal Ballet is maybe one of the best of all time.
Yeah.
What are your favourite bits? I mean, what roles have you danced?
Gosh, well, I think we've done it every Christmas since I've been in the company but one, where we did do David's Cinderella, which is a beautiful production, but we've done Nutcracker every Christmas. I've done everything from one of the parents to a soldier, King Rat, the Arabian dance, Consorts, which is part of Waltz of the Flowers, and the Prince.
Right, favourite bits of music in Nutcracker?
Gosh, I think
Given that you've danced everything.
Yeah, I've got three. Well, actually, one of the pieces comes in Act 1, and I've never danced to it, and it's actually the children's gallop, I believe it's down as. I just think it's just a joyous piece of music, and I particularly love the strings in the end and how they keep rapping over each other and kind of going up and down the scales. It's I always listen out for it. Even now I'm no longer in that scene as a parent, I always listen out for it over the tannoy. I enjoy that very much. And then I particularly enjoy the Clara and Prince pas de deux. It just has such a journey right from the battle scene through. It's kind of a dreamy sequence, and it goes all the way through to the snow scene, and just the transition in it is quite magical, and it's even better to dance. And you're just with one another, you're taking Clara on this journey through to...
I always get a bit misty during that scene.
Yeah. It has that effect on people, but it's just a wonderful piece. And then it's got to be, my final part has got to be nothing other than the Sugar Plum pas de deux, and just the actual pas de deux in general, without the solos, without the coda. It just keeps building and building and building, and I think as dancers we feel that in ourselves, but the audience definitely feel the tension, because it goes from a really kind of classicism, quiet, you almost don't want to breathe when you're dancing. It takes a lot out of you, and it's quite long, but it's heaven. It's heaven to dance.
I don't want to spoil any magic, but there are big solo passages in that pas de deux where the prince goes off and the Sugar Plum gallops about a bit, and then she goes off. What do you do in those moments when you're off the stage and out of our sight?
Gosh, good question. Well, the answer should be I go off and watch her and with.
But of course you do,
with
yes.
Love. But for me, so it's a pas de deux. She'll go off, then I'll do my solo straight away. I don't even go off stage. It's a very short solo, but it's still very breathy. I go off, and then her solo's quite long, which goes in my favour. I tend to find the water bottle, find the towel, and get my foot roller as quick as possible to roll out all the cramps in my feet, pat my sweat down so I don't look like a mannequin when I go back out for the coda, and kind of get rid of the dry mouth.
So it's purely practical.
It's
getting ready
practical.
to create more magic for us.
Completely. It really is. I mean, in the studio I can see her do it because there's no wings, but obviously with the wings and the set, I can't just bob my head around. I kind of really need to take that time for myself to prepare and be ready fresh for the next segment.
When you first danced the Prince in Nutcracker, did you consciously try to avoid finding out what other dancers had done in the role, or did you seek a particular dancer, perhaps Anthony Dowell, out to watch?
That's a really fantastic question. I always, with any repertoire, I'll do a little bit of research, and also in terms of or like archive footage of Birmingham Royal Ballet's filming. But I'll go into the studio and let them teach it what they have from either the notation or from their experience. Then I'll kind of try and interpret it my own way, and then at a slightly later stage, I will then look at some other interpretations, also from my colleagues as well. That's the beauty of having different casts, is seeing different ways it's done. Same steps, but different interpretations.